Good morning, traders. Sorry, good morning, traders. How are we doing today? Today is Tuesday. Or is it Wednesday? I'm sorry. Hold on. Backwards here. Whoop. Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, September 25th. And the market opens in 10 minutes. So we are going to get our live stream started. And today's topic is, pull it up. Today's topic is how to find stocks to trade pre-market, okay, before the bell opens, before we even get started. Um, so let us go ahead and take a look there. And yeah, welcome. Now, if you guys are interested, you can check out the Discord link in the live chat and the second link in the description. Definitely check that out. Take this conversation over to the Discord after the live stream ends. Talk with like-minded individuals such as yourself who are all interested in the same thing, and that's making money in the stock market. So give me just a second to spread my link around. Take 2 seconds here. We are a few minutes early. Usually I like to get on here about 5 minutes till the bell open. Well, starting the live stream anyways. I usually will be sitting down at my computer off and on in the morning till about starting at about 5:30, 6 o'clock actually. Around 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'll actually sit down at my computer and take a look at the markets and kind of see um, what's going on for the day. So we're a little early today. Yesterday's topic on our live stream, we're a little late, and we talked about the exact opposite of today. And that was, what if I show up to trade and I show up to the stock market and the market's already open? What do I do? And we talked a lot about that yesterday. If you show up at 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, or Eastern Standard Time. So if you show up after the bell, which is 9:30, say you don't get to trade until 10 or 11, which is a little late, depending on your time zone, then I showcase to you how you can still find those um, top gainers on the day. So that way you're able to then decide what to trade after. Today it's going to be the exact opposite. Right now we're going to be looking at pre-market. We have about 5 minutes. And so say you're getting onto the computer. Right now you're sitting down. You're like, oh man, market opens in 5 minutes. I got to see what's available to trade. Well, the first thing I do when I sit down is I look at my top gainers from after hours. If I didn't, I look, okay, these are the top gainers from yesterday. Cool. I will then go ahead and switch it to pre-market. I'll look at the pre-market gainers right here, and I'm going to go ahead and just showcase that to you real quick here. ATCH, I did trade this, only made about $5 on this little pop-up, but the price point just wasn't there, okay? So looking at this, it's a little bit cheap. I did trade it on this little pop and sold at that high, only like $5. I didn't trade it for very much, right? And you weren't going to get a lot out of this because it's not much, 39 cents. We want to trade companies that are a little bit more along that dollar mark. Also, this popped up from $2.50 to $4.60, Octo, OCTO, and it is staying above this moving average now, which is also why I bought in 100 shares at $3.88. We are currently up right now. Ciro's pushing up. So with these companies pushing up, what I'm going to do is start looking and seeing if there's any opportunity cost. Where are they at as far as getting in? Like this may be able to pump again. It did one, it did two. I'm not sure it's going to get 3 times, but it did the second time. So if you were looking at this and you notice this pump to 538 this morning, then you would then potentially get in here at this SMA line, wait for that break or a break above the VWAP at 476, ride that up to 527, and that's a 50-cent move. If you got it down here at 424, that is a $1 move pre-market. ELYM, same thing, popped up. You're going to draw your lines. It got up to $13.40 and has been selling off ever since. That's not necessarily a company that I would look into. So once I see some companies that are on the board, then I'm going to want to look at the news. Okay, these are the top companies that are trading today. Looking at the news, you can then see, okay, this just now 2 hours ago or 7 hours ago announces 100 million revenue forecast. 2 hours ago aims for 220 or 2025 revenue of 100 million. States it again 2 hours ago. An hour ago, it says it has a target of 100 million revenue. Great. So it went from, it's saying 100 million, 100 million, 100 million, and then an hour ago, basically saying news for September. So nothing really crazy as far as news. I mean, that's okay. I could say that I'm going to make $100,000 this year in my stock account. Doesn't mean I'm going to. It's just a forecast or an outlook. So news is a bit bogus on this one today, but definitely played out very nicely this morning from 2 a.m. What is that? From 3 a.m. my time, which would be 5 a.m. your time, to 5:07 or 3:07. It went up. Hold on, is that my time? Yeah, that is my time. My bad. So 5 o'clock my time or 7 o'clock Eastern time, about 2.5 hours ago, this went from 250 to 460. That was a $2 move in 6 or 7 minutes. So if you could wake up early, you can catch some of these moves that have breaking news. Okay, so we're still watching and just kind of watching and seeing what's pushing up. This is pushing up right now as well. So sometimes you're going to get companies that will push up on here, and they're going to creep up. You see how like the numbers change right here? So when 21 surpasses 22, MSGM will go above. And they're all going to be fighting for first place way up here at the top. And these will move. You'll see companies start down here at the bottom at 10, and they'll slowly start creeping up 20%, 30%, 50%, 60%, 100%. There's been some plays that were 200%, even 1,000% over the last, couple of years that I've been trading. And it's all about trying to get those plays and figuring out which one is going to be the right one to trade, right? So that's what we would do there. And then once we get to there, we're going to want to know, okay, we're going to want to trade something that is on this list, but that it's above at least 20 to, at least 20%. You don't want to trade something that's way down here at 9% because it might not move. It might not go up. Now, this was on my list this morning. CAPR. It was actually on my list yesterday, and this morning it did the trade plan that I had for yesterday. It played out this morning from 850 to 1050, another $2 move. So buying 100 shares here and selling 100 shares here would have resulted in a $200 profit. And that's what I want to showcase to you guys more and more as we move forward. Scott Boss, I started this one on Monday, OCTO. Yeah, I have a position as well. OCTO, it's a little bit high. I'm at 388. So I'm up $24. I'm going to see if it breaks above 460, potentially getting maybe to maybe even $6. The news on this is, it's okay. Just recently, though, it said that it just regained compliance with NASDAQ listing requirements and then has a $100 million forecast for the year. Come on. Come on. Really? So, it's very risky, but still playing it nonetheless. We also have a position in BREA, 100 shares at 96 cents. Nothing crazy. We do have a slight little bit of a loss here. 1 minute until the market opens. So excited to see what happens this morning. Did trade this a little bit here as the day played out. Lost about 33 bucks, and then now we are down about 10, or lost 23. Now we're down 10. So not too bad. I mean, I shouldn't have averaged down and bought so much here. It's below the VWAP, so definitely a bad move on my part. But again, not worried about this one too much. They just had a BREA holding sign exclusive letter of intent to acquire Italian Series B football club. So very interesting there. AIMD, same thing. Got in a little bit high here, below VWAP, still above the SMA line. So we're going to see if this pops a little bit on open. Down about 27 on that one. Octo saving us, and then XPEV, about 80 cents. I did lock in profits yesterday. Now this did run up way higher than when I sold. I sold at 1038, and this went up to highs of 1075. So missing out on about almost 40 cents a share. GSIW went down today. GSIW, and we have Mara, of course. And we have Mara. So Octo, I believe Octo is going to push. We'll see if it does. If it doesn't, it may run all day long. Very excited to see what happens. Doesn't seem too bad here. I'm sure there's going to be people waking up, locking in profits. Mara pushing up like crazy. Holy crap, Mara. Means it's Mara's expected to go to $22, so that would be nice. Just put in another 10 shares. I have a 40 share position on Mara at what is that? 40 shares. I can't even see it. At 1591. 1591. Brea not doing anything. Not doing much of anything either. AIMD coming back a little. Octo pushing up. So let me turn this down a little bit. My main thing is finding those companies that are staying above the VWAP, staying above those moving averages, that are staying above the support line. Mara obviously passing through, pushing through resistance here, coming back down. Brea not doing much either, you know. I mean, if they're not on the top gainers list like this, ATCH pushing up from that support level from 38, potentially 45, or even 49. Octo slowly rising here. This is what we like to see. Cero pushing up. And that's kind of what I'm seeing right now, honestly. Not seeing really anything coming up on the works down here on the bottom. So I think ATCH at only 42 cents. Now I did trade it, but I wouldn't trade it now at open. And this one we're up $30. Let's see if we can let it run a little bit higher. Scott Boss got in at $2 on Octo, so he's already up 200, or he's up 100%. Congratulations, Scott Boss. That is awesome. That is awesome to hear. Probably more than likely got in yesterday or the day before. No, you said on Monday, right? Yeah, you got in on Monday. Yeah, that would have been nice to get into. Now, let me ask you, Scott Boss, what made you choose OCTO on Monday? Did you get news on Monday? Did it come up on your scanner? It looks like it did pop up on Monday. What was that, the 23rd? So it did pop up on Monday. Kind of midday and then after hours. Nice little pre-market spike. Very cool. Very cool. Congratulations on that one. ATCH still trying to fight support here, but I wouldn't trade it. You know, it's a top gainer on the day. It's up 106%. It's only a 40-cent stock. 40 cents. So in order for this to move from 41 to 42, it doesn't just move one increment. It has to move 100 increments. Okay? So moving 100 points is a lot more difficult than moving 1 point. Like Octo's our winner today. Let's see if we can get a nice $100 or so on this one. Just pushing up to 432, 437. About to cross over $50 here. Here we go. Jamie Shaw. Yo, what's up, brother? You keeping an eye on GSWI? Would love to know your thoughts on this stock. Keep up the great work. News came out just now? Yeah, I'll check it out for you. I'm kind of holding this one a little longer anyways, just to kind of see where we are. Now, I was holding it yesterday. I did not update you guys in the Discord, but I did keep it in my watch list. Now, I did get rid of this, and man, I got out. It was rough. I got out at 113 from 150s, from 158 or something like that. So I lost some money yesterday on it. Cut my losses, okay, at 113, which isn't bad considering it just kept going down here. I sold here when it crossed over the SMA line. I was like, all right, SMA line's broken. Gonna continue selling off, and it did. Got all the way down to $1.08. Thus far, it's pushed up. Let me go back to Octo. Looking good still. About to cross over $50. Sorry, just making sure I'm keeping an eye on my positions here as we go through, and that's why I like to make this list here Okay, GSIW. So moving forward, guys, let's take a look real quick at the news. It's going to need some news to move. It got this news the other day and it moved a little bit, right? Level 2 here, we're getting a lot of buyers down in 60 cents. Now we do have someone coming in with 2,800 shares at $1, 1,100 shares at $1. There's some sellers at 111. Let's go ahead and open this up a little bit more for our subscriber who asked about it. 124, 120s. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a struggle just to get back above 115 right now. You know, if you believe in this company, then maybe you might want to consider averaging down at $1. But this is Hong Kong, so it's a Chinese banking company. I'd be very careful with this. That's kind of why I got out yesterday and didn't want to hold. Because I was like, well, if this drops to $1, it can go below $1 and end up like Brea, you know, down in the 84.99 levels, right? And we don't want that. Octo looks like it's pushing back. That looks like that may have been the point to sell for almost like a, geez, there's a double top, almost a triple top, but we won't consider that a double top. It was weird. That's like everything coming in, all the stuff at 6 a.m., like brokerages and everything submitting their orders and etc. So it like goes up, goes down. Um, let's see if it bounces. If this has a nice bounce, then we could potentially make a little bit more money. So I hope that helps you with GSIW. It's really got to get above that SMA line. It's got to start showing some signs of upward momentum. I do have an alert set at 117. I have set that recently. So that way, if it does push above 117, we know, hey, it broke this support or it broke this resistance of 115. It's above the moving averages, the VWAP, and all of those indications as well. So, but looking good. I mean, it's definitely, you know, definitely an area. It's starting to want to curl over on the MACD, but it needs volume. It needs a lot more volume. At 237,000 volume at the first market open, and it sold off. Recovered, but definitely sold off. So right now is a crucial point on GSIW. Is it going to cross over this SMA line of 110 and get up to that 115 mark? So I hope that helps, sir. Good morning, Major. I jumped the gun on it during its drop. Got in 400 shares at 284. Ouch. I am sorry to hear that, sir. That is a pretty big loss right there. Unrealized if you don't sell. And if you believe in the company, then it can technically go up. Some of these comments, you know, some of these comments are a little hard to see. Some are saying to the moon, some are saying it's going to go to, you know, a lot less. So, where's the bottom? Why don't we talk about the bottom real quick for you? Looking at history, it looks like been trading at that $7 mark, which scares me, right? It's been trading at $7 all this time, popped up to 12, had an aggressive sell-off to $1 to $2, right? And then popped up from $2.40 up to 10. So that was a second pop. And then it sold off. So it couldn't hold any of these levels. When it popped up to 12, it couldn't hold 12, 10, it couldn't hold 7 anymore. Sold off to 2. And then when it popped up to 10, it couldn't hold any of these levels. It couldn't even hold $2. And now all these supports are now resistance, and it's a little tough. That's a little scary, you know. And I've been there. I've been there just where you've been. That is rough. That is a rough one, man. Octo pushing up again, up $50, crossing over into the green briefly, coming back from the depth, taking a negative day, a negative start, and making it a positive, only locking in negative $16, so not taking a huge loss. Realized this morning, but still, nonetheless, we try to end the day on a green note every single day. Mara, we are up $24 total. Days P&L is only about $5, so it's not contributing very much to our overall P&L on the day. As far as open P&L though, we are up $28, going down into the negatives a little bit. We are down 34 bucks on here. And so in a way, we may have to cut our losses. And that's just something that we have to deal with. Understanding when to cut losses is very important too. Um, Understanding when not to get in. I shouldn't have did this. I should not have got in on this. I saw the news. They're acquiring some kind of Italian Series B club for football. I was like, well, people like football. Maybe it'll go up a little more. Maybe push to $2 or something like that. And it definitely did not. Knowing where this was before at $1.05, and it pushed up across that number to begin with, that should have been a clear indication. Okay, hey, I'm not even going to trade this today. It's way overbought, and so that for that reason I'm out, right? And hey, that's okay. We're talking about it. You know, it has been below VWAP. Again, should not have traded it. Once it crossed over VWAP right here, guys, I should have got out and stayed out. When it goes over this VWAP, the volume weighted average price, when it goes below this orange line, that means it's trading less. It's trading for less than the average price. So would you buy a if you know a car's worth 30 grand, would you buy it for 35? No, you'd probably buy it for 30. Heck, you might even try to buy it for 27 or 28, get a good deal. Same thing with this, okay? So when it's below here, just consider yourself not getting in a good position at the moment. Now, there are different strategies where you can buy this low because it's so far below the moving average that it'll eventually bounce back up to it. In some cases, penny stocks are not the case. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and have to cut our losses on this. It says days P&L 38, open P&L 1640. Doesn't look like it's gonna pop. It's kind of not running on our. It's not even on our top gainers anymore. So that's a good sign that it's just dead in the water. Sometimes companies, they're just what they do. They pop up for a minute on some really, really light news or even no news. And unfortunately, we end up taking in a loss on them. Shouldn't have got in on BREA, and that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We live to fight another day. We live to trade another day. We're going to minimize our losses here. We're going to see what we can do here. This is not on the list either. Next step will be receiving approval from Taiwan Food and Drug Administration. Another healthcare company. Got up to 82 cents. Again, I shouldn't have traded this company. Let's talk about it real quick. Hold door. Hold door. Jamie says hold door. Not sure what you mean there, but yeah. A holder? Oh, holder. Holder. Yeah. Yeah, bag. I've done it. I've been a bag holder, guys. And especially with companies like this, like sure, bag hold Nvidia, bag hold Tesla, right? Some of those companies that have a large market cap and have a little bit more movement and an upward direction over time. That's what you want. You want upward direction over time. We're trying to get this to break 445. If it can break 445, we can see some really good money, even up into the $100 range. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this one here too. This one is not doing nothing. And when it's stagnant like this too, it's okay to get out, guys. If your money's not working for you or your money's not moving in the direction you want it to go, then get out. Why hold $1,000 or even $100 in something that's going sideways when you can put it in something that's moving up? ATCH, at least it's moving up. At least you have a chance of this making you some money compared to just holding it stagnant. Now, sometimes I'll hold them like this when they're trading horizontal pre-market because sometimes you can get those nice pops in the morning when the bell opens. And sometimes you don't. Sometimes it doesn't do anything. Now, BREA can push up. It could also sell off more. And that's exactly why we're going to get out of them. AIMD, we're going to go ahead and sell this one. 100 shares at market. I could have swore I sold this one. Didn't I sell this one? Did I sell the wrong one? What happened? Mara Octo. I got out of all of my trades. BREA lost 38. AIMD down 32. ATCH made like $5, but look at this, sold off. So right then, right, knowing where your support is, knowing that this was going up, unfortunately it sold off. And why? You can see that there was a light resistance at 42.46. And again, it was under $1. You don't want to trade something under $1. GSIW sideways again. Now, what you can do if you have the money, Jamie, I don't know. I don't know how much money you have here, but it's just a thought. 400 shares at 284. If this doesn't go sub $1, you could potentially average down. You would need a lot to average down. I mean, you would need like 1,000 shares, maybe even more. 400, $400. Yeah, I mean, you might need like $1,000, 1,000 shares at $1, so that way when it pushes up to like 115, 117, you might kind of break even. But I wouldn't necessarily do that, sir. What you can do too is if you're still holding, you know, maybe you can hold as long as it doesn't go down past $1. Let's go ahead and draw that support here. You know, $1.04. You're okay. It also has a risk of getting delisted. You know, all these companies that are under a certain amount are all at risk at getting delisted. So, I mean, there's some stuff to consider. There's definitely some stuff to consider. Only you can make that right decision. I'm just trying to hopefully keep you a little bit informed, and hopefully, you know, you can come back. I know you will. I know you will come back from that. I have before. I've gone hundreds of dollars negative, lost $1,000 before negative years ago, and you always come back. You always remember the losers more, but you always come back. So. Same thing with this. It looks like this might be stalemate here, guys. It doesn't look like it's going to be doing much. Looks like it actually might even start selling off. So in order to take a profit, we're just going to go ahead and get out. And unfortunately, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. I did get out. I locked in $23. You know, nothing crazy. Overall, we have an open position of $15. This can push up more, but look at that. Look how scary that was. I really pushed on that, didn't I? Okay, I can go now. Give me 1 minute. Alright guys, so I hope that helped. I want to keep this video short and sweet. I appreciate your guys' time. Like always, smash the like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. And we will see you all back here at Market Open. I came in a little early this morning because I got to leave about 10 minutes till 8, which is right now. So I appreciate you guys. And we'll talk to you guys a little later. Scott Boss says, wait till you lose 10 G's in 10 minutes. Holy moly. I hear that. You also make thousands of dollars too, Scott. Appreciate your time, guys. See you guys tomorrow.